Hi everyone, it's early morning and I'm trying to find something to make for dinner. I have chicken pot pie on mind. Do I have the stuff to make chicken pot pie? I'm not sure, but I do have a rotisserie chicken and I have this Red Lobster cheddar bay biscuit mix. So that's gonna be my top. The top. What am I trying to say today? Anyway, I found a big can of green beans rolling around in the pantry, like literally it was on the floor. And then way in the bottom shelf, I had a can of cream of mushroom soup. And then I have this loaded potato soup by Campbell's Classic Kitchen. I guess that's what it's called. Classics, Kitchen Classics. I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. But anyway, I also have a bag of carrots. So I'm gonna get busy and I'm gonna shred up this rotisserie chicken and see how this turns out. Like I said, it's really early in the morning, but I want this to be done so I can take it to work with me for lunch, and then the guys can just heat it up later at dinner time. To get this chicken pot pie casserole started, I first put the cans of soup into the bottom of a glass 9x13 baking dish, and I drained the green beans and poured those in next, and then added the frozen bag of carrots. I removed the skin from my rotisserie chicken and set that aside for my doggies who were sitting at my feet at this time waiting patiently. I then cut up and shredded my rotisserie chicken meat. We used the white meat and the dark meat. We like them both, and it always makes chicken pot pie taste better if we add both to it. That's our opinion. And so I'm just layering in all of that chicken. I do reserve my chicken carcass so that I can boil it down and get all of the remaining meat and good chicken stock from that. So that will go into a baggie and go into the freezer for later when I have time to cook that down. If you watched my grocery haul, you know that I did buy 2 rotisserie chickens when I went grocery shopping. The other one is also deboned and in the freezer waiting for next week. I know that I will not use that this week, so I usually get 2, and one to use for 1 week and one to put up for the next. I've found lately that the taste of the rotisserie chicken is what I prefer in most chicken recipes, and that's the main reason why I've been buying them lately. And the other reason is that they are just so practical. The price is good. I get these for $4.98 at Sam's Club, and to me that's a good price for a whole chicken. And it's already cooked, it's ready to go. It's a huge time saver. I do work, so this comes in handy when I'm on limited time, like it seems like I always am. And I just, myself, I prefer the taste of the rotisserie chicken and the texture. Here I am just sprinkling on a mixture that I made up of garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. And I'm also adding some poultry seasoning to this chicken pot pie. And I'm just going to mix everything together once I get these seasonings mixed in and get it all coated with the soup mixture. I do use about a canful of milk is what it turned out to be, to kind of thin down these soups and give it a nice saucy texture. So I'm gonna just work on getting my vegetables and that chicken and the soup all mixed together. I will add the ingredients and directions for how I made this chicken pot pie in the description box. In a bowl, I just put the biscuit mix into it and I added the seasoning powder, the garlic and herb flavoring right to the biscuit mix. I'm not sure if that's the right way to do it or not. I did see something where it said buttery herb sauce, and I guess you would melt butter and put the herb seasoning in that, but I just put it right into the biscuit mix. I'm not going to do anything with melted butter this time. I'm just going to make these biscuits. I put the seasoning right into the mixture, and then I added the cheese like it called for, and then I was ready to put it on top of my chicken pot pie. And this is what the chicken pot pie casserole looked like when it came out of the oven. It smelled so delicious. And like I said, I made this in the morning, and it was for Bill and the kids to have for dinner that night while I was at work. All they had to do was reheat it and it was good to go. I had planned on taking some of this to work with me for lunch, but that didn't happen. So I had to wait until I got home from work to have some of this. But I'm going to tell you, it was so good. I really, really like using the cheddar bay biscuit mix for the topping, and we'll do it again in the future. For the next meal of the week, we gave this General Tso's chicken a try. It was from Sam's Club. We don't normally eat frozen foods like this, but we picked it up thinking it could be a quick and easy weeknight meal, and it was. I added some frozen peppers and onions to the sauce mixes in a pan, and I just got that all cooked together while the chicken was cooking in the oven. And to go with this General Tso's chicken, I just made some ramen. And once that chicken was done baking in the oven and the sauce was all heated up, I just added the chicken to the sauce. And this actually was really good. The boys really liked this. It was just the three of us home for dinner. Bill had to work second shift this night, and they both really liked this a lot. The sauce was really spicy to me, so if you have little ones, I would keep that in mind. This was a convenience food that I would definitely buy again. There are many ways that you can fancy up ramen noodles, but I know in my house I need to keep it simple and just make them the way that the kids like them. You know, people are really specific with their ramen. And I just added Cameron's chicken on the side of his ramen. I didn't know how he would accept it if I mixed it together or put it on top the way that Dawson and I ate ours. And that was dinner. For our last meal of the week, I am making sheet pan, steak bites, and veggies. So I'm starting off by putting some olive oil in the bottom of my sheet pan. Next, I had several bags of frozen veggies that I wanted to rotate out of my freezer. So I am using this butternut squash and these Brussels sprouts. Next, I washed up and cut up some red potatoes into pieces. On this night, Cameron had a basketball game, so we went to that, and it was another night of getting dinner started late and not having a lot of time to cook. And sheet pan recipes are a quick and easy way to get dinner on the table fast. For our steak bites, I'm using these family steaks that I got at Sam's. They were marked down for quick sale on the day that I bought them. I threw them right into the freezer, and then on the day that I was making them, I took them out and thawed them out, and they were still good because the freezer pauses time. So when you see that meat that's reduced like that, it's okay to grab it up and throw it right in your freezer. So I just cut these into chunks and trimmed off the fat. This was a way to save money. It was marked down to $21, and I don't know if you've seen the price of beef or any type of meat lately, but in our area it is sky high, so I grabbed these when I saw them. We've been wanting steak, but haven't been wanting to pay the high price to get enough steak for everybody in the house, and this was my solution. All I did for seasoning was my garlic and onion powder mixture. I have a little salt in there also, and I did some black pepper. You can do any seasonings that you want and anything that you think will taste good to your family. We were just in a hurry. I was keeping it pretty simple this night. It seems like this whole week has been a rush for us, and if I had taken more time and wasn't just trying to get through making dinner, I maybe would have added some bacon to the Brussels sprouts or some cheese to the potatoes. I don't know, there's so many different things you can do with a sheet pan meal, but like I said, we just kept it really basic, and it was still fine. So this is what it looked like coming out of the oven. I did have my oven set on 400, and I know that's pretty high, but like I said, we were rushing things that night, and it turned out really good. So I'm just giving everything a quick toss to get that olive oil and the spices kind of mixed together so that everything is seasoned and tasty. So it's all good. The vegetables were pretty soft because they were frozen, but that's fine. Those steak bites were cooked well done, and that's how my family likes them, but you can make them to any doneness that you like. And here I'm just getting my plate ready. getting some potatoes on there, and then I just took a little bit of all of the veggies and the potatoes. The kids and Bill don't really like squash, so they didn't touch that, and some don't like Brussels, so that's okay too. All of this week's meals were super easy, super quick to make, and super delicious. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and if you're in a dinner rut like I get sometimes, I hope you found some inspiration. Bye for now.